Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to share with you some of the pens that I got in Japan. I recently went there for a really nice holiday, and I kind of spazzed out at all the amazing stationery shops that they had there in Tokyo. I really wanted to show you some of the ones that I got there, so let's get started. So the first pen that I wanted to show you guys it's not really a pen, it's more of a marker, and it's this one by Frixion. I think that's how you pronounce it. They make a whole range of colors. You can get like dark blue, light blue, green, yellow, and they also come in different kind of shapes. So you can get like this slim one, which is great to, stick in a pocket or bring in your bag and you're not bringing like loads. If you're just gonna choose one pen to bring with you, this is a really good one. Now with these, they draw kind of like regular ballpoint pen, which is really nice. But what the most amazing thing about this, these pens and this marker is the fact that it's erasable. Now, I was like, what? Yeah, it erases, and even the marker, it erases. And yeah, mind blown. I think this is so helpful if you're trying to do get used to doing pen drawings, but you just mess up on like a small little bit when you're trying to ink. This is just amazing. And it's not like the old sort of like erasable pens from like the 90s, if you're that old, but those used to just tear your paper up. No, these ones actually erase pretty well, almost where you don't see any of the residual or the original markings on the paper. It's really cool. So these ones are the Frixion colors, or the Frixion pens. I think you can find those on Cult Pens if you're in the UK. It's a website that has like loads of pens, but I don't think they have as many colors as you would find in Japan. So if you're in Japan, go to these stores and get these pens. They're amazing. Yeah, definitely. So the next pen that I wanted to show you was the Sakura Micron brush pen. Now I got a color because I have so many black and white pens that I wanted to start playing around with some more color. And these ones I think you can get here, but I just wanted to show you guys how the different variables and like pressure and how it works. I would say that this pen, should I say pen? Yeah, it's a brush pen. This brush pen, the tip feels much more stiff than, let's say, an actual paintbrush pen. And the ink comes out quite evenly as well. It's quite nice. The only thing with this one, it's really hard to get a really fine line unless you go really lightly. I mean, you can still do it, as you can see here, but it's hard to try and get that pressure just right, because it spreads quite easily into like a default thicker kind of brush, and it's a little bit difficult to get a range of thickness to thinness, but if you want like a constant line, this one's great. So that's the Sakura Micron pen. They also do like fine liners, and I find their fine liners really great. Here's one of their fine liners, for example. It's a 0.1, and you can it gives like a really nice consistent line, and you can do quite a lot of great detail with this. and it's pretty smooth as well, so if you don't want a lot of like resistance or grit to your pen, this is a great one. Definitely recommend. It's also waterproof, so if you wanted to do an ink and then put like watercolor on top or anything like that, if you're worried about your things smudging, yeah, this one. I'm not sure if this one, yeah, this one's waterproof as well, so these are two very good options. So the next one that I'm going to share with you, I remember in the shop, but I haven't used it here yet. It's this Pilot 2-tipped one. I don't know what it's called, but I have the packaging here. So this is what the packaging looks like. I'll spin it around so that you guys can take a screenshot or something. I'll try and find the name of it and put it down in the description below for you guys. Or I might link to like a blog post or something. I'll see what I'm gonna do with that, but I'm gonna try and make sure you guys can find these pens if you're in Japan, or if you want to buy them online. But this is the Pilot 2-tipped one. So this one is more like a pen rather than like a perfect brush. But oh yeah, it still gives really nice thin and thick variation, and the line's quite even. You don't have to worry about your pressure sensitivity. With the Sakura one before, you had to kind of really worry about your how much pressure you're placing on the paper, because it easily went really thick. But this one, yeah, you don't have to worry really at all. And if you want it thicker, you have to deliberately really kind of press it. This one, I just think is really nice. It's really stiff, so if you like that in a pen, definitely recommend this one. But there's also like another tip to it. Let's try this out. Oh, it's like a gray. Oh, that's really cool. So you can do like an underdrawing, or you can do some like some detail that's a bit lighter, and then you can switch to, oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad that I bought a couple of these, so this one's amazing. Get this one. Okay, so the next one that I wanted to share is another one, I believe, from Pilot. It's this one here with the red mark. I don't know what this one is called either, but it is in this packaging here. So if you are looking for this pen, this is the packaging that it came with here, or came in. So let's give this a try. So you can see it's quite almost like a traditional kind of, oh, this thing won't focus, but can I do that? I'm not sure. It looks quite brushy, which is, we'll give this a try. Let's try it right here. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. So if you're into more of like a painterly kind of effect, you can see like how it tapers here. It really feels like ink. But the line varies a lot. So if you really want to play around with thick and thin, this is like the perfect pen for you. It's not as finicky, again, as the Sakura Micron brush, and it's definitely not as hard as the other brushes that I've tried, but you can definitely get a really nice thin line. I would say you can get even thinner than the Sakura Micron pen, but the benefit of the Sakura one is that it's waterproof, and I'm not sure if this is waterproof. I don't think this is waterproof, but yeah, if you really want like a nice brush feel, yeah, this one, you can hear it squeegeeing on the paper. But it's really cool. Yeah, I love how like you can, if you go quickly, you can make it really look inky. Yeah, this one's another really cool one. So that one again is this one here. That's by Pilot. Okay, second last one. This one is a Copic one, and I love Copic for their markers. Like, their markers are amazing. So the packaging that it comes in is this one. I guess that's the name there. I don't even know if I'm gonna try and pronounce it. Gazen food. I don't know. But yeah, this one is Copic proof, so it works with other Copic markers. Water-based. And yeah, let's stop talking and just give this a try. Ooh, so this one again has really nice brush-like kind of feel to it. It's more like a brush than a pen. So, ooh, cool. So this one, if you really want something a lot more traditional and brushy, definitely. That's me going really quickly with my strokes, but it won't separate like this if you have like a nice steady closed line. But you can see like it on the edges, it gives more of a brush-like feel rather than a pen-like feel. So you can, if you want that kind of traditional little feathering of like the little bristles, this is definitely one to look at. And again, you can go quite thin with it. The pressure sensitivity is more like the Sakura brush. It's not hard, it's quite soft, but you do have some control over thick and thin. I would say you have a bit better control with thick and thin with the Pilot one, the Pilot brush, rather than the Pilot two-tone one. But you can still get a bunch of really nice lines with this. This one is really perfect if you want something to look really traditional and really inky, because you can get a lot of textures if you go quickly with this one, which is really nice, which I can't seem to get with the other pens. So if you're interested in that kind of like rough look, this is the pen. This Copic pen is definitely the one to go for. That saying that, I'm going to bring an extra one into this review. I've used these before a lot, these Copic Chow markers. There's two tips to them. One's more of a chisel tip for color, like blocking in colors, and the other one's a bit thinner, still kind of thick, but the colors that you can get from these are amazing. And just, I love how you can almost shade them from thick, like light to dark, depending on, you know, if you just build up on with the same color. And they're also stackable, so you can kind of blend them with other colors, which is really nice. Like, I'll get this is just another color here, and these colors probably won't go together, but you can sort of blend them, if you can see here. And they're really nice. What's great about them too is that you can color in an area, and as it dries, you really you don't really see streaks, especially if you do like a couple layers. You don't see any streaks at all. It just like looks like a blob of color. I don't know if that's the right way to say things, but they're really nice. You won't see that traditional like you know, like streakiness with, oh gosh, my sound effects are a bit silly, but okay, moving on to the last one here. This is one that I saw there. It's a Uniball. I don't know if I would really call this a pen. It's a pen, yeah. But this one here is so cool. It's basically like a paint pen that paints white. Yeah, I know. Really cool, huh? The only thing that like I find hard is with this one here is that it takes a little while to dry, and if you know, accidentally smudge it, it kind of goes away. But if you put this pen there and you wait until it dries fully, it's really amazing for highlights. It's super cool. Another thing I do want to mention about it is that because it's a paint, it'll make your picture not perfectly smooth. You'll feel like bumps, almost like little braille bumps or something with this. But it's just really cool. I bought a few of these after I saw, like, I tested it and I was like, oh, it's just so cool. So yeah, perfect more for adding highlight rather than whiting out an area, but you can white out an area if you want to. You just might see a little bit of grayness on the thing below, and it's a little bit more of like a yellowy white color. So if your paper is quite blue toned underneath, you'll see the difference. It won't be like a perfect match to your paper, but once you scan it in and maybe play around with the levels or the brightness and contrast, you'll probably just be easier and you won't have to worry about that. But this one's just really, really cool. I like this one a lot. So that's like one by Uniball, so that's cool. And that's all for today. I'll put in just the last little pen review, and these are the High-Tech Pilot G-Tech pens. I really like these. They come in a bunch of colors in Japan, but here you can find just a few, in the UK at least, and I know you can find them in Canada as well. I just really like this pen because it goes on really, really smoothly, and the line is just really even, nice, easy to draw with. For quick sketching, I almost prefer it to the this Copic, because I find with the Copic, if you're gonna do a lot of quick sketching, the tip gets frayed almost a little bit. The tip gets ruined, whereas this one, there's never been any problem with the tip or the nib, because it's metal instead of being like a I don't know, like foam thingy. But yeah, definitely recommend these. So that's all from me. A lot of pens, but I really, really love these. Yeah, have a great day and catch you all next time.